Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate and celebrate our young orators with a thunderous round of applause.
Kudos to our orators for such incredible performances. We will now move on to the second part of Voices of Tomorrow. With to see our moderators, Arjun Rautela and Digvijay Singh Rautela, engage with the senior students who have been part of Novelty of Thought, an interesting anthology of short stories that has garnered widespread praise for its amazing storytelling.
This session aims to explore the themes and inspirations behind novelty of thoughts and delve into various aspects of our author's literary journeys, offering our audience a glimpse into their creative motivations and writing techniques.
Give it up once again for Voices of Tomorrow.
Thank you, Swastik and Mudrika. We hope that the first session was engaging and fruitful for all of us. It was wonderful to hear our young minds share their thought process with us and help us delve deeper into the intellect of budding writers. Rightly said, Digvijay. But now it's time to move on from our young writers to adolescent writers, who I'm sure will bring new perspectives to the table. As you all are aware, we're here to moderate the second session of the Voices of Tomorrow. I'm Adhian, a published author and an exceptional orator. To my left is Digvijay, a prose writer, a promising actor, and a voracious reader. Thank you, Adhian, for that wonderful introduction. And without any further delay, let's start with the second session of the Voices of Tomorrow. Today, we have with us four published authors, Vrinda Singh, Siddhant Pathak, Nalin Tiwari, and Arav Quatra. Let's have a big round of applause for each one of them. Siddhant, we would like to begin with you. Siddhant, you would have collaborated in a book called Novelty of Thoughts, right? How would you describe this project to those who have no idea about it?
Thank you for the question, Arjun. The book itself is a unique collection of short stories with novel thoughts behind it. In the book, we see various types of genre, from science fiction to motivational stories to suspense thrillers, to travel diaries. The book is an exceptional collection of stories fit for any mood.
That was a very passionate description. Vrinda, now I'm coming to you. As you know, I was a part of the scene of hope as a published author, and you were a part of the Novelty of Thoughts. I would like to ask you, how is this book different from other books, especially from the previous editions by this program for the scene of hope?
Well, thank you for the question, Ashwan. According to me, the Sheen of Hope is all about hope, positivity, and the soft, shiny sides of the young authors, whereas the Novelty of Thought represents new ideas, new expressions, and new articulations, and that's what makes the Novelty of Thoughts different from the Sheen of Hope. I hope you agree.
Vrinda, that was spectacular. The way you described this new version of women has really piqued our interest in this book. I second that again. But now, moving on to you, Siddhant. You are an ardent admirer of historical heroes like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Maharana Pratap, and the Empress of the Mauryan age. What qualities of these rulers are reflected in your story?
Digvijay, like these great leaders, the characters in my story embody the quality of resilience, strategic thinking, and a commitment to justice. Chhatrapati Shivaji's ability to navigate the complex political landscape and took me to the level so that I could use it for the protagonist leadership. And for Maharana Pratap, I took his courage and his determination to make my characters more enhanced. And I used the wisdom and the vision of the Mauryan emperors so that I could get that ancient knowledge for my.
Wow, you have beautifully incorporated the qualities of our heroes in your story. And I really admire that, Siddharth. Now let's move on to the individual stories that have been published in this book. So you all four, please tell a lovely audience about your stories that you published in the Novelty of Thoughts. Siddharth, we would like to begin with you. Lalit, Arav, and Arvind, you can follow.
My story has the secret of truthfulness has a character named Adrian who travels to India with his friend Soham. In between, he faces some challenges and learns many things. My story gives out the message that if life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor, which is actually quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. And to know further, you can go to my story.
Interesting.
So, my story actually goes around five friends who had a massacre in their village. So, to know how they faced that massacre and what were the challenges in between of them, you can go to my story.
My story, When God Becomes a Seeker, is about a girl named Helena who has the power to dream about the future. She joins forces with 6 other kids, guided by Zeus, the creator of the universe. Then they were trained to master their powers so they could defeat the main antagonist, Ibrahim. Then, in a decisive battle, they defeat Ibrahim, eventually saving Earth. Basically, my story underscores unity and courage prevailing over imminent peril.
Vrinda.
The title of my story is 911 Recall, and it is about a girl named Michelle who is a third year medical student, a content creator, and a part-time writer. She goes to Canada for work purposes but ends up getting lost into the woods and getting herself into trouble. It also includes some supernatural energy that relates to the past and creates the future. And I hope the audience will enjoy reading my story.
Wow, very, very well expressed. But now, Arav, it is said that writing is an act of discovering what you think and what you believe. Now, what I would like to know is how was your experience of writing for publication?
Well, Digvijay, it was a great experience. The whole process of getting ideas, then writing it down, like it was a mix of excitement and a little nervousness when the work was open to the public. Like it feels fantastic to contribute to an anthology and share your ideas and thoughts with more and more people.
Wow, it's very intriguing to know about what goes into the making of a book. Thank you for sharing your insights with us. Arav, this one is especially for you. We know that you're a chess connoisseur. Are there any experiences as a chess player that help you write your story?
Adhyam, you too are a published author, so I hope you will relate with me. Just like planning a series of moves in a chess game, writing a story also requires various steps. Like first coming up with ideas, then making of characters, and then finally writing down the story. And also, in a chess game, each move has consequences. Similarly, Every word choice and a plot point carries weight and can impact your overall story.
Beautifully compared. This is surely beneficial for writers, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I also think the same again. But Vrinda, in your story, you have used the forest as a potent symbol, right?
Yes.
We want you to share with our audience the meaning and importance of this technique that you have successfully used.
Well, I'm so delighted that you noticed that, Digvijay. It is quite a vital part in my story.
Thanks.
So I personally believe every coin has two sides, and so does nature. On one side, in my story, forest symbolizes how beautiful the nature is, and on the other hand, it symbolizes the lost mystery. The protagonist of my story, Michelle, gets lost into the woods, but still she writes poetry about it. That is in the initial phase of my story. She finds the nature exquisite and writes a poetry about it. But later, as we move on reading with the story, she gets herself into trouble and it turns into a mystery.
Wow. The wonderful use of literary devices shows the depth of your writing. Okay, Nalin, we noticed that throughout your story, you have used a lot of Japanese-based names. In fact, the title of your story is a Japanese word. Tell us more about this choice of yours.
Actually, I watch animes a lot, and I'm also into and I'm also into Japanese culture. This time I thought of keeping Japanese based names.
And I must say, it's really great to see someone promoting Oriental culture in this world of Westernization. And finally, Vrinda, you are a feminist, and we all know you staunchly believe in gender equality. I want you to use this platform to share with us how feminism has shaped your writing and your overall outlook.
Digvijay, seems like you know me well. Yes, I am a feminist and I write poetry too. And while answering this question, I want to clear out that people often confuse feminism to be women taking over men. But what I personally believe is that it is reaching a level of equality in every aspect, whether it be opportunities or choices, education or healthcare, freedom or self-respect. It is all about equality and humanity and not being biased towards any particular gender, I believe.
Wow, very thoughtful. Great. Moving on to you, Dikshant. You are an ardent admirer of historical heroes like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Maharana Pratap, and Empress of the Mauryan age. What qualities of these rulers are reflected in your story?
Thank you for the question, Adil. Like these great leaders, the characters in my story embody the quality of resilience, strategic thinking, and a commitment to justice. Chhatrapati Shivaji's ability to navigate the complex political landscape and his commitment to justice and welfare of his people took me to the stage where I chose the protagonist leadership. And Maharana Pratap's determination and his courage took me so that I could add his ability to my character. And the wisdom and the vision of the Mauryan emperors helped me in the exploration of ancient wisdom.
You have beautifully incorporated the qualities of our heroes in your story. Vrinda, I know you write poetry too. Now what I want to know is that as a feminist and as a poet, is there something that you've written that you want to share with us today?
Arjun, I really appreciate and applaud your research.
Thank you.
Yes, I am a poet and I also write poetry that are against the patriarchal world. And today, since you've asked me, I would like to read out to the audience one of my works that I've written called The Patriarchal Knife. The knife of patriarchy cuts right through my identity. It is killing me inside, slashing my morale. I can hear the clock and feel the sharp edges of the knife. The rule of this barbarous monarchy is ruining my life. This feeling is totally disturbing and the pain is monumental. My heart bleeds, my soul cries. The knife of male domination plunges further, creating an effect of sunset over sunrise. It is time for women to rise. It is time for us to realize, yes, we are close to triumph. Our freedom will be achieved as the prey flies, free from the clutches of the predatory patriarchal knife. Thank you.
I got goosebumps, Ganda. That was superb. Well, what a brilliant way to conclude this session. And I can say, we're sitting in the midst of great talent as writers, thinkers, and as the citizens of tomorrow. They are our future, and are the rising stars on the horizon of literature. Give it up for the voices of tomorrow.